Alright guys, well, I was at Brinks all day today, and there was a little bit of light snow this morning, and I was going to stay home. I thought maybe I'd have to plow, and I looked outside, there's about a ½ inch of real fine light snow coming down. So I just went to work, and I didn't stay home and plow. Well, it continued to snow, and I should have known better, and I didn't. So we end up getting like 3 inches of snow. Some spots have 4, still not very much at all. But yeah, nobody called me. One lady called me and complained, and she's a lady that, as you guys know if you watch any of my videos in the past, one, this is my last year for residentials. I've said it a million times. I gotta sound like a damn parrot by now. But I don't do contracts for residentials. In other words, there's no pay for the season, you know, one set amount of limited plows for the season. I don't do that. I've done that in the past, and I don't do it anymore. However, it's always pay per plow. I total it up at the end of the month. You get invoiced for however many times I plowed. But I have like 3 of them that are little old ladies that I've had for a while, and I continue each year to just let them give me one set amount, covers them for unlimited plows for the season. Which, you know, it's whatever. They're small driveways, it's not really a big deal. But there's one of them has become such a pain. She drives me up a wall. There's one thing about when it comes down to snow plowing is if it's somebody that is pay per plow, you know, that just gets billed at the end of each month with however many plows, you will find that, you know, that it's still the same as it is for everything. The standard across the board is 2 inches. Anything 2 inches and above, that's when I plow. Some of them I actually don't even plow till they get about 4 inches or so, and that's just because they're, you know, younger people. They have SUVs and they can drive through it. They don't really care. But pretty much the standard is 2 inches and up, and that's the same for all contractors around here. But anyway, so if they're pay per plow and it's 2 inches and up, you know, usually until it hits about 3 inches, maybe, you know, starting to get up there, at least up to 3 inches, you know, that's when they'll call and say, hey, you're going to come and plow my driveway, if you haven't gotten there already, which usually I'm right on it, and that very rarely happens. It just depends. If I get behind, then maybe that might happen, but I'm usually right on it. The ones that pay for the entire season ahead of time, you will find that, and it's the same for them, and they know it too, 2 inches and up, that's when I plow. You will find they'll get an inch of snow and they're blowing up your phone. Aren't you going to come and plow today? I haven't seen you. Where are you? How come you haven't come to plow the snow? Blah, 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 blah. Drive me crazy. And it's like, you know what? If you were paying for each individual plow, you would not even be calling me. But that's what they do, and yeah, so it drives me nuts. And now that one more reason why I'm not doing these residential plows next year. You know, there's a million reasons, obviously, but it just adds up more and more. But yeah, and so anyways, it's just that one lady that called, and it's that one that's a pain in the butt. She does it every time, but she wants to know, oh my good Lord, there's 3 inches of snow in my driveway, why didn't you plow, or there's 1 inch of snow in my driveway, why didn't you plow it yet, blah blah blah, this and that and the other. And I don't know. I tell her, I'm like, I will be there, don't worry, you know, I'm coming. If it's over 2 inches. If it's 1 inch and it just stops snowing and that's it and there is no more, then I remind her, listen, this is the agreement, this is what we worked out, I'm not coming to plow your driveway because there's not even 2 inches of snow. But so she called earlier, and I actually missed her call. I was on the phone with another customer talking about some other stuff they want to get rolling come springtime, and you know, so that's that. But so I actually missed her call, but I didn't call her back. I'm actually going to her house right after I'm done with this one. But as you guys can see, like, there's a little bit of snow here, but this is like, I'm basically just cleaning stuff up right now. There's like maybe 3 inches here, and like, none of this is even really bad. I know you guys are probably saying, hey, you're pushing snow across the road. Well, you know, let me tell you something. I am not one for pushing snow across the road. They claim it's illegal. I just think that it's frowned upon. I am not one for pushing snow across the road. I usually don't do it if I can avoid it at all. But up here in the city where there's nowhere to put it, yeah, sometimes you gotta push it across the road. But what I do is I push it right to the edge, to the curb, and then I lift my blade up and then push a little more. So it pushes it up into the grass, but not over the sidewalk. And I don't leave windrows out in the yard, out in the road. That's actually why it's against the law, because people leave windrows out in the road, and then cars come through and it's dangerous. Alright guys, I gotta hop out and shovel this sidewalk real quick. Alright, I'm back. This lady was never a pain in the ass. It was actually a pain in the ass today. I have one of my guys that works for me that usually goes out and covers the houses that I plow that have a lot of sidewalks to shovel. I don't include shoveling sidewalks. I did that last year as well, and that come back to bite me tenfold, because you know, you go and you agree on, okay, these are the sidewalks that get shoveled off each time I come and plow. Well, then once you start plowing, they change it to this and that. They don't want to pay anymore, and they start hemming and hawing, whining, crying, complaining, you know. And next thing you know, you just end up doing it just to try to keep them happy. And it really set me back. It got me so set behind on heavy snowfalls last year that it made me so late getting to commercial properties, parking lots and things I had to get to. And it made me late getting to other people's houses, to where I had people, businesses, and people blowing up my phone, so angry at me for not showing up. So this year I kept on one of my guys from the summertime to do most of the shoveling, and that's been working out great. It's been keeping me from behind. That one there I just left. It's just a very little bit of shoveling, which I just took care of while I was there, and so it was, you know, it was no big deal. But now she just added on more. She's like, well, you haven't been doing this part over here, and that's the part another part I want done. And she's one of the ones that paid for the whole season already in advance, so now she thinks she's going to change everything, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it because, oh, I already paid him, he's got to do it. Well, that's not the case. I told her, I said, I'll do it for you this time, but just so you know, it's not part of it. It's not what we agreed upon. If you wanted to add it on, we can discuss that, but it's going to be at a different rate. So I don't think she's too happy about that. But to be honest with you, I really don't care, because I'm tired of these people taking advantage of me. I might just suck it up and deal with it for the year. But it's over after this year, so I really don't care. This is the end of it as far as the residentials go. Son of a... It's not easy fitting in these tiny little areas with this blade and then these wings on top of the width of the blade, but last year when I took this one on, I had a smaller truck and a smaller blade. But this is another one. This is the one, that red house right. This is a joint driveway, it's shared. That red house right there, that's the one where the lady's calling and complaining and giving me a hard time all the time when there's only 1 inch of snow. Yep, she's the one. And she has a tenant that lives in the upstairs portion of that house, and that tenant has this little tan car here, and she always parks it way back here in the front part of the driveway, or the part of the driveway that's out by the road. So I have no idea why she is parking it out there. And then she wonders why I don't plow that part. And then she wants me, even if it's like 2 in the morning and I'm plowing, she wants me to knock on the door and wake up the little old lady that lives upstairs that's like 70 and wait for her to come out and move that car so that she can so that I can plow that cars. I said, yeah, right. Yeah, that's gonna happen. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna knock on a 70-year-old lady's door. And I'm gonna wait the frickin' hour it's gonna take for her to come outside and move that car. Man, it sounds like I'm doing a hell of a lot of whining today, doesn't it? This is a band. That's what I'm saying. It's so much easier to do residentials. Alright guys, stand by.